Not the start the Islanders wanted, but that's, as you mentioned, that's like deja vu again as the Red Wings win a face-off and a real nice puck movement again by the Red Wings. All five guys eventually touch the puck. Quick pass, and what a play by Larkin. He makes the whole play. It's an area pass. Again, we look at the quick puck, Nielsen down to Vanek, and there's a slight pass. Tough angle, but no way for Thomas Greiss, and a good goal by Nyquist. But the Islanders would strike back, and Barzal and Beauvillier, this combination, get used to it. You're going to see it a whole lot with a whole lot of success. And Anthony Beauvillier, the hottest Islander of all when you talk about scoring goals. When he gets the opportunity, he doesn't miss too much, but tremendous pass by Barzal. And then, of course, right at the very, very end of the period, the Red Wings, who have been outplayed terribly, are able to get down the ice. The puck's bouncing all over the place, and Daly, with a couple of whacks, is able to find it into the back of the net. You can see the kick save, and then their second opportunity, and it caroms in between the legs of Thomas Greiss. Disappointing finish for the Islanders in the first period.
And to review that goal from Trevor Daly to see if it did in fact completely cross the goal line, his first since November 1st. Anthony Beauvillier has scored in all three games at the Coliseum. He now has 10 goals on the season, one back of Anders Lee for the team lead. Would you believe that a month ago?
Well, it looked like maybe a month ago that he might be sitting on the bench or serving popcorn upstairs because he was really struggling, and just when it seemed like he wouldn't be playing or getting a whole lot of. Well, you mentioned it. Only had about 2 minutes of ice time in the third period, and that was a huge wake-up call for him because he scored a goal and then he's been on his best behavior since.
Also, the New York Islanders gave up a power play goal in the first period. Then they would start to get power play opportunities. A struggling power play went 0 for 3 in the second period. They got into the third period. They got 2 more power play opportunities. They didn't score. 0 for 5. They would get a 6th power play opportunity. Matt Barzal cashed it.
And finally, and the Boo Birds were out. The fans were frustrated, but Barzal is the one that's eventually going to score the goal. But the Islanders were getting the puck towards the net. And as I said earlier on, this play here, the Islanders battle for this goal. 4 Islanders converged off that shot from Nick Leddy. There's a shot. Lee takes a hard hit. Jordan Eberle drives in and played as big a part as anybody on that goal. And Matt Barzal, who normally stands on the outside, Brendan, came rushing to the net. And this is the fourth line. Well, they're the fourth line, I guess, and it doesn't really much matter. They're the hardest working line, and they find ways to win battles in the corners. They do all the hitting, they do all the mucking, and eventually they get goals, and it seems like they always get big goals.
And then this is Thomas Vanek with 63 seconds to go, tapping this one in. Some nice puck movement for the Red Wings, and that's the sour spot where the Islanders had a chance to get this one in regulation, and the extra attacker goal for the Red Wings spoiled that.
Well, if you diagram how to play on a 5-on-6, that was about as good as it gets. So you better maybe put that one in the memory banks.
See Barzal's first power play goal of the season, and Casey Cizikas now one off his career high. He scores his 8th of the year. We thought it was going to go down as the game winner. It was Matt Martin who had the game winner against the Red Wings last Saturday night in a 3-2 win. But this game would go to overtime, where the Red Wings had the Islanders on their heels for most of overtime, had 6 of the 8 shots that the two teams combined for in OT. But it went to a shootout. The Islanders got 1 goal. It was enough for Matt Barzal, but a different approach for Matt Barzal.
It was, and he talked about that his backhand wasn't going all that well. But for me, the biggest difference is he went in with a whole lot more speed, didn't slow down anywhere near as much, and then he makes a little fake. Goes to his backhand, then back to his forehand, and then Nyquist gets in. He tries to slow down. I'm not a big fan of guys that slow down. You can't get past the goaltender when you don't have any speed. Thomas Greiss says, thank you very much. I'll make that save, and gives his team a win. But, you talked about the overtime, and the Red Wings really had some great chances. It doesn't get to overtime if Thomas Greiss isn't sensational. I mean, he made 3 or 4 unbelievable saves.